I'm happy to bring in our first guest, David Miles, Professor of Financial Economics at Imperial College London and former member of the MPC Committee at the Bank of England. Sir, great to have you with us on the show. Well, it is the big reopening day today. Some people are calling it Freedom Day in England. The government seems to think that we need to move on and live with the virus and continue life as normal as we possibly can. Now, we'll leave whether or not that judgment is the right judgment up to the health experts. But from an economic standpoint, surely this reopening is a positive thing for the economy as a whole.
Well, it might be. I think everything now depends on how the infection plays out across the country. I mean, you could imagine different scenarios. An optimistic one, and I hope this is what happens, is that the infection rates, which have been running very high, 50, 60,000 people a day, level off and then begin to drop back. So by the time we move into the fourth quarter of the year, maybe into September, October, the infections really are coming down sharply. There's no rise in hospitalizations. The death rates remain, thankfully, relatively low. There's a surge in confidence, and we get very strong economic bounce back. So that's certainly possible. And if that's how it plays out, people will say the government was absolutely right. There's another scenario, of course, at the other end of the spectrum, which is the numbers infected keep rising from 50 to 60 to 70 to 80 to 100,000 a day. Hospital admissions begin to rise. They've already been rising. Maybe they carry on going up. And the death rates, which have been very low in the UK, thankfully, also begin to move up. And on the back of that, people remain very nervous. Companies don't want to hire people. Demand drops off in the shops and in restaurants. And we're back at the end of the year in a very difficult situation. And economic recovery goes into reverse. Now, I don't know which one of those is more likely. We all hope the first one, but there must be a significant chance that we get a less favorable outcome. In which case, of course, after the event, people would look back and say, oh, the UK government got it wrong. I think it's extremely difficult for the government to know what the right strategy is here. And they've opted for a particular strategy of removing most restrictions.